As I walked up the main street of Cordova, I saw a wonderful old hotel that had been a real landmark of the town for many, many years, was just rotting away. You could see the sides collapsing and the glass all broken. I went down to the wharf, and there were quite a few fishing boats that were just rotting. You could see grass growing up through the hull of these fishing boats, rusty tackling gear. And I just stood on this dock and realised what a beautiful, calm place on the surface this town is. But underneath it, there's tremendous sadness, frustration, bitterness.
The heart of the people it's still broken. It's not something that you really can fully recover from. You can come back and do life differently, but it will never be what it was.
It won't be the fishing place it was.
No.
And what will it be, and what is it now then?
It is evolving still. Remember, we just finally finished up the Exxon settlements.
21 years later?
Yes, and it was not anything that people expected. So there was a lot of heartache in that, and still a lot of trying to come to acceptance for the small amount of money they did receive.
They wanted $5 billion. They ended up getting $500 million.
We waited 20 years and got basically nothing.
What damage did it do to the community and the town itself?
And we had a guy today commit suicide up in...
Today?
Yeah.
And what was that related to?
Well, he was a Vietnam vet. He was a fisherman. Lost everything.
Yeah. You knew him well, eh?
Yeah. He was in here yesterday.
Yeah, yesterday. And you think that's partly to do with the stress over the time of losing his business?
Yeah.
Eh?
I know it was. I've known him for 30 years.
And he was a successful fisherman?
Yeah. Lost everything.
Lost everything?
Yeah.
And I felt, gee, 21 years later, people are still suffering. I heard incredible stories from so many people, these so-called tough Alaskans, but they felt isolated, and they were very worried about what would happen to the people in the Gulf states.
They don't have nearshore response set up. They weren't prepared. They don't have citizens oversight. They don't have a progressive safety program down there. And I think the Alaskans that have gone down there, I think we've been really shocked. Not so much that it's the deja vu of the disaster all over again, but that how basically ill-prepared we are in this country for disasters of this size. I just remember that our experience, the longer and longer that we got away from the actual disaster, we would see op-ed pages or comments from politicians or Exxon or whatever that would say, just get over it. Just get over it. And I remember just feeling like, well, some people can't, quote, get over it. Some of us can't make a living. Some of us will make a living. Some of us will diversify. Some of us will move on. But I also made a commitment to myself that if and when another disaster of that magnitude were to happen, and it has happened in the Gulf, that I certainly would not say get over it, and that I would be there to help in any way that I could.
I met this wonderful man, R.J. Kopchak, who's a fisherman and a scientist. He runs a research scientific station in Cordova.
We're out of fish, so it doesn't mean there are no herring, but it means a population was so reduced and so damaged by the effects that there's no longer the massive fish able to produce in numbers that keep their population at a level we can harvest for us. This is from one of the thick deposits. Look at this.
I noticed outside his office were all these bottles filled with oil.
No, look at this. This is ridiculous. There are still places in Prince William Sound that have that thick, yucky, smelly poison. This is what the rocks look like. It is just look at, this is not mud. That is thick asphalt-like oil that is just thick and oily and stinky and poison.
And when would have that been collected?
This was collected on about a month and a half ago. This is what's going to happen in the Gulf. There's going to be places where oil gets locked in or gets trapped into the estuaries, and it's going to be there. And for how long? Who
And that's
knows?
going to affect all the wildlife for many years to
For a
come.
long, long time.
This lady came along, this woman in her middle 60s, tough, confident, been around. She's a fisherman, or she was a fisherman. Her name is Captain Anna Young.
We lost our industry. My son became a drug addict during the oil spill. Our mayor committed suicide the next year. It impacted the whole town. A lot of people became alcoholics, a lot of divorces.
Yeah, it was really tough.
It was really tough. And we were way overexposed to all kinds of chemical things.
Yeah.
And we're all having a lot of problems.
Oh, you know, I
Physical problems.
You are now, Anna,
Yes, a lot.
because of the spill.
Oh, yes, I believe so.
Of course you would.
Right.
It's the
We
chemicals.
were breathing. I mean, I passed out several times out there from breathing the fumes of it. And we were, down in the skiffs full of oil, scooping the moose into buckets with bread scoops, flour
Right.
scoops. At first we were using pumps, and then it got too thick. And we were corralling it with our booms, just like we corral fish. We were making sets on it.
Have you had any tests for that? What do you think?
They don't care. And who's going to pay for the tests? Where do you go for tests?
So one of the challenges has been that the occupation and safety and health folks have really not followed up, I
They
think, to the
haven't.
level that they should have relating to folks that were exposed chronically to the spill. Right there.
We were getting it. We got a whole bunch of it, and we tried to
But
take
in
it.
buckets, that wouldn't have done much good though, would it?
It did a lot of good. It got that much oil out of the water. Tom, my brother, Tom Copeland, tried to make Exxon put a bounty on the oil and get all the boats out there trying to get it.
So
but they didn't want to get it back.
That's right. And the co-op fishermen, they used up about $5,000 worth of buckets.
Yeah.
Because I remember, I'm still on the co-op's board.
Right.
So Exxon never paid the bill.
They never paid the bill. I came in and got those buckets
We
and
send
took
them a
back
bill
out.
for $5,000 to pay for the buckets that were supposed to be for the herring eggs. And you guys filled them with oil. I wasn't out there. You guys filled them with oil.
Yeah, we filled them with oil.
And they
then
never paid us for the buckets.
Tom took the oil into
that great?
Valdez, and they wouldn't even let him unload it. I don't know. He was in there for about 2 weeks trying to get it unloaded.
But they
in
wouldn't
there.
take it after
They wouldn't
spilling
take it.
She took me down to the wharf to show me her brother's boat. He still fishes for salmon. These just caught, are they? They're pretty fresh.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I caught him yesterday. These are all.
While
nice
we're
fish.
there, he gave her a beautiful salmon. And she cooked it up for me.
Nobody cares. Nobody cares what happens to us. A lot of people couldn't cope then, they can't cope now, and they're getting older and they don't have any retirements. And you can only cry and suffer for so long, and then you get mad, and then you start fighting back. And that's what I've been doing. That's what makes me able to live with it, is I'm fighting back any way I can, all the time.
21 years later, still fighting.
Oh, I will till the day I die.
Fighting back for what?
For the environment. That big corporations don't ruin the environment.
The last day in Cordova was quite a moving day for me. I'd got the trust of the people. The comment to me all the time was, the lawyers have done okay, the government doesn't care. Honestly, I could see the town still suffering. So what's going to happen in the Gulf states.